What's up and welcome back to Cleats to Whistle Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Valdez.
I'm Kevin Watson.
I'm Brandon Meredith.
Let's go. The boys are back. Hey, the big boy, you're here.
Big boy's back.
Hey, HIPAA laws, the guy's back. That's all you need to know.
I had a little illness.
So, man, we have a great guest here, man. Friend of the podcast, my guy, Kyle Perry, offensive coordinator at Bellarmine University Sprint Football. Good to have you on, boy.
Yeah, man, it's been it was a good year for us. I always love coming and hanging out with you guys, even if it's just talking before the podcast or talking after the podcast or just talking ball.
There we go. Let's go,
Hey,
man.
we're going to have to get our diamond subscribers to hear that inside stuff before and after.
the before and after show.
right,
You're going to
man.
have to pay for that kind of content.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay
sure.
for that stuff.
So yes, but hey, we are back, man, in full effect. The chopper's not here, but we got the tiger table.
It's a tiger den, baby. We're over here getting after it.
Let's go, man.
Good to have an offensive guy here today to kind of talk with.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's
absolutely,
right.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit over and be quiet. I don't know anything about offense.
Yeah, you
That's
don't.
all right.
Okay, but before we get into this, man, we have a special announcement. This is basically the housekeeping. The call line or the text line is officially available right now. It's 502-665-2974, and I'll put that all right down here. Just good stuff. If you want to be part of the pack, man, and just if you got a question, or if you just, got to ask this guy a defensive question or ask Brandon an offensive question, hey, just hit us up on the text line and you can ask the question so you can just be part of us.
Okay.
What do you think about that? You going to be okay with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
You all right?
I like it.
I'm hyped. I think it'll be a good,
I'm just
awesome.
kind of scared what kind of questions we're going to get, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you might want to be careful with that.
Yeah, it's,
I know. That's
you
going
might
to
have to get us call screener for that.
We'll filter them out.
Yeah, and also the call line is going to be available pretty soon, but we just want to do the text line first. We just want to see if we get some.
It's kind of like a trial basis. We're
Yeah.
hoping to maybe when we go live on Fridays where you can call in and ask us questions, and I think that would be cool if instead of typing at the bottom, hey, what's the score or what's so and so doing, they could actually text or call and say, hey, what's going on with so and so, and
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, get a little live feedback.
Yeah. So hashtag what's in the cup. The cups are flowing today. The solo cups. What you got over there?
Got a little wine, actually. I'm
Watson hooks us up.
not a wine guy, but it's a little bourbon flavored taste to it. Pretty
A
down.
little port wine aged in a bourbon barrel. Watson's going with the Big Red. I haven't finished my Big Red yet.
But yeah, man, this is the open floor. We got Kyle here, and it's just, man, just welcome to the pod, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I always enjoy coming here, and me and you coached at DOS together. That was the first year that we ever met, and somebody here, not going to mention names, but barely escaped with one in the playoffs one year. So, but he did win. So it's always good hanging out with you guys.
But it was an escape, didn't it? He did escape.
Well,
Talking. If you guys don't know, the big boy over here, yeah, he escaped one.
The only thing that I will say is that everybody picked us to lose that game. Like, nobody knew anything about us winning or anything like that. And I'll never forget. I can still remember the play. It was Twins right Z5 33 lead. Play side guard didn't go down on the one technique. He was right there exactly where I wanted him to be. He fans out. One technique comes straight ahead, makes us fumble, touchdown. Now we go into the half, 12-12. Now it's a completely different ball game. Fairdale was too powerful at the time for us to even come out. We had a bunch of mental midgets on the team anyway. So they 2 seconds left in the half and they score a touchdown. I mean, what are you going to tell the kids?
Just the way I drew it up, man.
Yeah, what are you going to tell the kids?
And I got a question because me and Coach, we talk about that play.
Yeah.
Right. What was the thought, okay, of calling the timeout when you did, and then you came out in that same play call?
I believe it was going to be a delay of game. I think that if I remember correctly, I think that it was going to be a delay of game, and I didn't want us to move back any further.
Any inches.
Because at the time, Q, our quarterback, man, he probably one of the smartest kids that I've ever coached. But at the time, Q got a little nervous sometimes, so I didn't want a quarterback sneak it. because I'm afraid of a botch snap, either under center or in gun, whatever it may be. And that's it's kind of a weird thing now. Coaches do on the 1 yard line; they'll go into gun because they are worried about that botch snap, and you just never know what's going to happen. But I had the guy exactly where I wanted to be, man. All you got to do is block down. But yeah, besides,
I think Suge might have had a little bit to say about that too, though. He's a tough block.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying we would have sprung one, but I just wanted to get
you wouldn't have happened. What happened wouldn't have happened.
Halftime. I wanted to get into halftime.
Absolutely.
That's I didn't care, man. I wanted to go into halftime with 12-0, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. What I said on the headset it was thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I bet you it was.
No,
and I can't say what I said on the headset.
That changed the whole game.
Oh, it can play.
The mentality changes like that.
Switch quick.
Changed everything about that game.
Yeah. So, hey, it's starting to be a great episode already. We got a little banter going on. This guy wanted to bring it up, but look, he was gun shy.
Yeah, it's okay.
He didn't want to bring it up.
I'm not gun shy. We won and they lost. I mean, he'll tell you the same thing. When we shook hands after the game, it's a great game. I mean, it was a great game.
It really was. It was a good game.
The first half was the toughest first half we had all year. Obviously, until we lost to was it Owensboro or Bowling Green? Owensboro in the playoffs. But that was the closest anybody had been to us all year.
Yeah.
And they played very well in the first half. And it's crazy how one play can just flip the switch. And that year we were like sharks with blood in the water. I mean, it just totally – when we went half, it just totally changed our whole mindset.
And I do want to shout him out, but Brandon Smith, man, that kid is the only kid that lifted in the offseason. One kid. And he lifted with me from January all the way until we came into school time. And, and it showed. That kid showed up, and he was a $198, 200. I don't want to say he ran a 4.4 or anything like that, but probably, mid 4.5s, I would say maybe. And he started both ways at, outside backer and the main running back of the team. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but he made probably the most impressive football play I've ever seen a high school football player make. He's playing outside backer, and I think it was maybe like a screen or something, and the kid's running down the sideline. And Brandon is chasing him from behind to on his left. The kid doesn't have it in his sideline arm, and full stride, Brandon just reaches out just rips it out of his hand. And I had never seen that before, and I don't think I've ever seen that since. But he did get hurt on that play. That changed. That also changed the complexity of the game as well. So, but yeah, shout out Brandon.
Anytime you got a two-way guy goes down, it's just tough.
It wasn't good.
Well, I think it's fair to say he's the best player.
Brandon, I think either him or
Troy.
Maybe Troy, yeah, but man, Brandon was a kid that, and him and Day-Day, you could just maybe give the ball to and see you later. Day-Day, man, you couldn't tackle him in a phone booth.
Nope.
He was good.
He was good.
Look
at this. Bringing back some memories, guys. Get the cold chills, baby.
I know.
Hey, but you know what? There was a comment that I made to you because in the beginning of the season, and it happens. You get that rat poison on staffs. You know what I mean? Guys start chirping and this and that. And I told Kyle this. I was like, man, I said, you're the OC. I said, you're going to have people coming at you left and right. I said, but just know, I got your back, man. Whatever you do, I got your back. And it is what it is. Because you got to have that one guy on staff that's just like, you can lean on a little bit because we had meetings and stuff after practice with our own line. So it was just that, and that's what I said. This guy, I respect him because he works his ass off. You know what I mean? And I just said, man, I just want to be there to be your rock, man. If you ever need anything, man.
It was good.
There were some battles because we had a hell of a defensive line that year, and your guys held their own up front until they didn't. I mean, we wore you out.
Yeah,
later on in the game.
And we had the kid. He actually quit for our very first game and transferred to you guys. I know his name, but I'm not going to say it.
The running back?
Nah, left tackle. But yeah. But that was a kid. He quit on us. We had another kid who quit.
Yeah.
We had big guy quit on us. And we had guys playing line that like Red didn't play it all year.
No.
And he did what he can, man, but he just didn't block down any fans. What are you gonna do? I'm not mad about it. Or
The
nothing.
worst possible
Absolutely
play to do it on.
You
too.
could have
backed up on your goal line.
Man, he could have ripped that one technique's helmet off. I
He
mean,
could have just stood there and it'd
he
have been
could
better.
have stood there and it'd been better.
Yeah.
He could have got bull rushed into back in the end zone. It would have been better. One play.
The memories, the
Halftime,
coaching memories, man. Ooh, it just drives you crazy. Because then I got to work with this guy, so I always got to have that memory. It's just you kicking our ass every time, man.
Well, that's who we were at the time.
At the time,
we were very physical, and that's what we did. We imposed our will on people. I mean, that was our whole thing, was to be beefy and big and strong up front, and everything else to take care. And then we got some dudes on the edges eventually.
Oh,
and
God,
it was
yeah.
just
Y'all
it was
had
like
a
the perfect storm.
You all had a really good stretch there for 4 years. I mean,
Yeah.
Fairdale was as good as
We were in the regional
They've
final
ever
4 out of the 5 years, but we just couldn't. That's different. When you go out there,
it's different football out
it's
there,
different.
man. Yeah.
It's like the year I was at DCLs when Cal beat us.
Yeah.
You realize we would have got our doors blown off the next week at Mayfield, because remember, Jordan got hurt, Bott got hurt.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had a quarterback and our receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have got our doors blown off. Well,
Maybe.
It'd have been nice to find
back
out.
Then, man, we had that DeSales magic.
Hey,
Hey, St. X, our first time playing St. X in however many years, they come off the bus with 150 kids, and we had what? Maybe I think that year maybe we had 90, and they come out to stretch.
Let's be honest, they had 45 or 50 football players.
Oh, St. X?
No.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not kidding. This is a true story. So they get off the bus, and usually teams line up, everybody's lined up, and then they stretch. It's they did more of a dynamic or a static stretch. Sorry, where everybody was just kind of stationary, and
They had to stretch in shifts because they had half the team, and then they walked.
Every single kid turned around and stared at us. Didn't even stretch for like 10 minutes. Just stared at us. I guess maybe scare. I don't know, whatever it did, but it didn't work.
Got that ass beat.
Yeah, we ended up beating them, and that was a great memory.
You remember the schedule when I was there? You remember our schedule that year? We played like 4, 5, 6, 18.
Yeah,
we beat Ballard, Butler.
Did you all play us that year?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, because that's when James Tobin caught that. James Tobin ran down 2 kids.
No,
and caught
that
them
was
on
the year
the 2.
before.
Was it?
Tobin was gone.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that
We
year.
had Jordan Watkins. That was Jordan's freshman year.
See,
Yeah, you're right.
I thought I only coached
Tobin was
against,
gone.
I thought I only coached against Jordan when he was at Butler. But
Jordan was a freshman.
okay, I know we lost
Yeah.
because it was one of the first games at DeSales' new stadium, and
Yeah.
I was sitting there. I was chomping at the bit. I was like, "Oh, we're getting over here on this opposite sideline, away from the crowd." And then it switched, and I was like, "Gosh, dang, man, this is gonna be a long night." And it was.
Yeah, and that was by design. Harold knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that was Harold because the AD wanted us to be on the fans, and Harold went, "Oh no, we're over there. No, nobody's bothering us because it would have been fan galore.
Kids getting hot dogs, and I mean, it would have been crazy.
Yeah, pictures with their parents, and,
It would have nightmare.
We had the danger zone right in our ear,
Yeah.
yelling
Oh, yeah.
at our coaches like, "Oh, why are you mad, bro?" And it's like,
One of my
Our kid
favorite
didn't block.
Ty Scroggins stories is from that year. You remember when he got the T-shirts made, the 10-0 T-shirts?
Oh yeah,
And we wore them before the game.
yep.
We weren't 10-0 yet, and Ty got
Yeah.
the 10-0 shirts.
Harold doesn't like stuff like that.
Ty came out handing out T-shirts, and Harold picked it up and said 10-0, and he was like,
Yeah,
Ty was like, fuck it, we're doing it.
Let's go. I love that,
10-0
man.
shirts, and we were 9-0.
You still got that shirt?
I do. I still got mine.
You still got it?
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it.
Send me a picture, yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'll see if I can put it in the
It
episode.
says 10-0, but it was the 10th game. We
Whoa.
wore them to that game.
Hey, that's what they do?
ballsy.
Big nuts, boy.
Ty had a set on him.
Let's go.
That's one thing you can say about Ty is he had some nuts. Nuts on the table.
that's a ballsy move. Very.
Very ballsy.
who did we play? Do you remember who we played? Was it maybe
We
Southern?
went to Washington. Wasn't it Washington? No, it was the last game of the year.
I think it was Southern
I think
because
it was Southern.
we always played Southern last game.
And
of the year.
and it was
40 nothing at halftime.
yeah.
Southern,
Shout out Southern.
Southern, don't bring them up, please.
hey, Southern catching strays, man.
I got another story. We were playing Shawnee, and me and Harold were standing talking to Schatzer, the head coach at the time. And we're standing there talking because I knew Schatzer, so I went over when Harold was talking to him. And Shawnee was running. We were on about the 20, and Shawnee was running patterns. Quarterback was throwing before the game. They didn't have their helmets on, shoulder pads. And two of their kids at the same time ran, and they hit head on in the end zone, and both of them fell down. And I looked at Schatzer and Harold were like this talking, neither one of them. And I was watching, and I was like, two of your kids are down in the end zone. He looked, and he goes, happens every week. And turned around and started talking to Harold again. That was like 56-0 at halftime. That
Jesus. Well, listen, we're over here talking about the old times, man.
Hey,
but let's get a life update with you, man. What's going on with you? You know what I mean? You're at Bellarmine University, sprint football.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing good things over there, man. You know, your third year being OC over there. You know, you got a stud at quarterback.
Yeah, man. Kyle is and I'll harp on Kyle every day of the week, man. He does all the things right, on and off the field, man. You can't complain about him. And then on the field, and I've said this before, and I'll say it on here. He was snubbed of the MVP. Snubbed of the MVP. He threw for more yards per game. He threw from more touchdowns per game. He had 2 more interceptions, I think it was, and he played 1 less game. So I get it. The kid from St. Mary's, he's special, man. He really is. He's another kid that you look at and you go, why the hell are you playing
Sprint ball?
Yeah, and but I mean that's the name of the game in our league, man. I don't know what it is, but I mean we have tons of kids who could play D2, D3 football, and he is definitely one of them. Every single year. If you're watching this, man, go ahead and transfer if you'd like. I would love it, but I hate going up against him. He's gonna do something special. He's a really, really good football player, but I like our quarterback. He stands in the pocket. He delivers a great ball. He does what he's told. He has the ability to check out of things if he like. And he does a really, really, really good job.
I know when we came out and watched y'all practice, we talked, and we was like, this kid's really impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just, as a quarterback, you can hear, you don't even have to watch, but you can hear it.
Yep.
You can hear when he throws the ball. It's just got that sound.
Yeah.
Because we were standing there talking, and we were talking to Johnson,
Yeah.
the kicking coach.
Yeah, Jeff.
And we were standing there talking, and we both turned at the same time because he was like, "Thoom, thoom." You could just hear him throwing. And I was like, oh, shit, where'd they get this guy? And Johnson told us a story about how you got him, and he was like, he just kind of fell in our lap. We can't believe that he's not playing somewhere else. And
Yeah,
I was
we
like, whoa, what a find that kid. I mean, he got better as the year went on too.
Well,
Yeah,
and he and like I said, man, he picked up everything so quick. He's a natural quarterback. He's not a kid that he's an athlete, and you see him in high school, and you got to do a speed option every once in a while, fluff him up a little bit. Kyle is a straight three-step drop, man. 1, 2, 3. I'm getting rid of the ball. He's a kid that, and I haven't had a lot of them, but and he'll ask, where do we want to go with this? And I'll tell him, and I'll go, hey man, you got to be a quarterback. That's what you have to do. And we do, like, we have a lot of tags, what we do. So, trips right, whatever, maybe, throw backside, whatever. And we were playing St. Mary's, I believe it was. And because Shannon Tong had like a 96-yard run, got caught at the 2 because he's slow. But we're going NASCAR, so we're hurrying up, and Kyle's yelling at me. He's going, wagons. All that is, it's old Mike Crow play, slant, wheel, and I'm like, okay, and he wagons, set hit, bam, touchdown, and I'm like, don't have to say nothing. That made me look pretty good. So he does a lot of things that make me look good, and appreciative of him.
There you go. And we went out there for that media day, man. You guys had some dudes out there, man. We had a blast out there when we were out there for media day, for like player profiles, not a media day. But with that being said, signing date was yesterday. You bringing needs in right now, or you guys, are you guys going to be like senior heavy?
We are,
or older guy led.
so we are older guy led. I believe we out of our original class, we only have 4 guys still with us. And it really is, and it's not a joke. Like our football program really is, the house that they built. And I mean, those 4 are great guys. They stuck around. They didn't know, what the future of what we were doing is going to look like. They stuck around. They've done what they're supposed to do. And we have a great base of kids coming back. We have a lot of playing time coming back. We have Lance Whiter. We thought that he was going to be gone. He decided he's going to take some graduate classes and get his graduate degree.
Great family, by the way.
Yeah, so he's coming back, and he's a starting corner. He came from a D2 program. We have a kid, Gavin Brazell. He came from a D2 or D3 program, one of the two, but he's an outside backer, running back type dude. He started at that Rover spot that Harold likes. He's a great kid. Caleb Murray, Florida, started middle linebacker 4 years in a row. Dude. Brendan Reed, I mean, you can't harp on him enough. If you don't know who he is, then you're definitely missing out.
Yeah, and this is for us for to spotlight Bellarmine. You know what I mean? We want to get that crowd bigger out there, man. This is our local sprint team, so we really want to support it. So get out there and you guys play Saturday.
Yeah, Saturdays it's all regular college football.
Be at St. X again? Don't know yet.
To be determined.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's local, but it is local. It'd be at one of the local schools, so
Yeah.
it's real easy to get to their games. And I wanted to talk more about their recruiting because I did a little research, and that's why I think the kids you got from Du Bois are perfect fit.
Perfect.
Because they came from the exact same situation in high school. They just started that program. They know what it takes. When I saw that the quarterback. And
Dalshawn.
Running
Maurice Neves.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And I saw those 2 guys sign. I was like, oh, these 2 dudes get it. They're going to get it. They're going to fit in. They're going to be leaders.
Because they understand what
it's going to take.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and talk about your signing day, man. Did you guys get some needs, met and everything else with that?
Yeah, so it's a little bit non-typical for us for signing day because it's not everybody does on signing day. It's not really as big for us. You have kids who want to, and hey, 100%, man, go do it. But not everybody does it. We're still probably going to add 15, 20 kids to the team.
Nice.
So that'll come later. We did. I mean, we had a D lineman from Boyle County. He committed to us. We had Delshawn and Maurice from Du Bois. We may or may not be getting another kid from Du Bois. I don't know. Might have to tell you guys later. But got a slot receiver named Cam Nichols from Tennessee. And I know I'm forgetting some, but it's not off the top. It's just off the top of my head.
But the thing that I like is, you know what I mean? It's sprint. It's 11 man. It's man on man. It's hey, bring your nuts. We're here. You know what I mean? And you guys are touching every state now. You know what I mean? You're trying to get out there and expand the brand of sprint. You know what I mean? What states are you all in right now, like trying to grab out of?
What state are we not in? South Dakota, maybe. I don't think we have anybody from South Dakota. Maybe Montana. I don't think we're rolling.
Everybody out there goes to South Dakota State, North Dakota State. So
You gotta get you some of them Montanimals is what they're called.
they're too big.
Yeah.
They're over the weight limit.
They'd be way over.
Got to beef up for that winter.
Yeah.
But
You're right.
we love to try to keep kids in Kentucky, and and us and Midway go after the same kids sometimes, and more times than not we hope to keep them here, even if they are from Fayette County or whatever it may be. We want to keep them here no matter what. And we got a few from Tennessee, we got a few from Ohio, we got a number of them from Florida. Did have a couple from Indiana, but they're not with us. So we're touching everywhere around us.
There you go. I love it, man. Brandon, you got any questions?
Recruiting was my number one thing. I was just kind of curious, like what the DNA of Bellarmine, like obviously you've already kind of touched on it, keep kids in home and where you all were going. My thing is, what is your favorite offensive run scheme
Woo-hoo, here we go.
All right, so
You've already answered one of my questions, so I had to go with
no,
a
yeah, I
little more.
love it. I love it, man. Having Brendan Reed, and even when I had Brandon at Doss, I love trap out of a one back set, out of gun, and it's traditionally ran, 3.5 yards back, that trap that way. But Brendan Reed's a kid that trap, and I try to set our guys up to where we do have a 3 technique, and if we don't, we have a wide call for that. But trap out of a one back set is probably my favorite. Now teams are, and we have great coaches who coach against us in these other sprint teams, man. And they figure that out. Obviously, it's no secret. Like we're going to run trap, we're going to run power, we're going to run lead. So now it's my job to kind of disguise that a little bit. And we got D linemen that are wrong arming, that trap guy and whatever it may be. So now we've got to kind of adjust and teach our guys that if he wants a wrong arm, hey, go ahead and just reach him. If you want to give us a sideline, give us a sideline. All right, whatever. But love trap, and I like lead. I want to run lead to the B technique. I mean, it's no secret. So motion. And I actually had a coach say one year, he was like, "Hey, coach, when you go in motion, the defense isn't moving." I went, "Well, good." I go, "I don't want them to move. That's great. Don't move. Don't adjust." Okay. So yeah, trap and lead's probably my favorite.
So I got a question. That's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
And this is what I used to do to you all the time. I try to. You're looking for the 3 technique. What is your philosophy if a team comes out in double threes?
In double threes, and it doesn't matter what side we're trapping.
That's right. You're going.
Doesn't matter.
Do you pick on film study? Pick on the weakest, or do you mix it up, or how do you go about that without giving?
Yeah. We're gonna try to find the toad.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody knows a toad.
Everybody's got a toad.
Terrible on offense and defense, right? So that's where we want to attack. And I'm not a run gun hole guy. Like, hey man, if you're gonna play 2 over top of 3, then I'm gonna scream the hell out of you all day. If we are in, twins and safety's up, you got a rover walked up and your safety's, over top, man, we're gonna throw a slot fade. So whatever it is that you want to give us, that's what we're gonna take. And we're not into forcing things. We're not into doing any of that. It's a numbers game with me. And anything that you want to give me, that's what we're going to take. That's why we do have so many checks. We do. On my call sheet, I have literally a full thing of just checks. And
so do you check with me? Like, is it every play, or is it just
no, it's
week
not
to
every
week?
play.
Or?
It's not every play.
Kind of a count the box kind of deal.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's go.
Who's your guy in the booth, or offensive guy?
Wes.
Wes, okay.
Yeah, and Wes does a great job.
That guy's forgotten more than most people know, man.
He's such a good guy, man, and he's probably getting to the last of his coaching years.
It's painful watching him walk anymore,
but
man.
I told him, man, I was like, hey, dude, just give it a few more.
Yeah.
Let's give it a few more, man. Who knows where we'll all be, man? Just give it a few more.
How many surgeries has he had now?
None.
I thought
no.
Did he have a knee or
he did, but that was probably like 6 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
But
damn, man, HIPAA laws.
No.
Just HIPAA laws, man.
Hey,
we just covered you.
You watch Wes walk, and you're like, dude, that dude's had 15 surgeries.
Wes, sorry, you're catching strays, Wes. That's not what we're here for.
He thinks it's funny.
Wes would.
He would think it's funny.
If anybody's ever met Wes Rogers, the last thing he does is care about anything like that.
Shout out Wes, baby. Let's
Wes,
go.
he's a piece,
hey, but that's the boys, man. The boys. Yeah. Hey, we just got to rag on each other. You know what I mean?
I'm not wagging.
That's what. That's what we do.
If you know Wes and he walked in the door right now, you'd say, "Oh, there's Wes." Just the way he walks.
And he would say something, maybe probably not as nice, but he'd say something.
Oh,
yeah.
If you Watson, that's
Well, okay, and we when we were out there spotlighting your guys, we kind of made fun of you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We're gonna.
I did the Coach Perry.
The Coach Perry flex.
He gets excited. He flexes. If you ever seen this guy in a weight room. This guy is a workaholic in the weight room.
He gets it, boy. He gets it.
I used to sit there in the weight room, and I would turn around, and he was just getting after it, man. I mean, he was working harder than the kids.
And
That's his happy space.
But I do. I've because I've caught myself on film, especially in practice. I'll do this a lot. I'll go,
yeah,
and I have no clue why.
It's
I'm
just
like,
a nervous
I just
tick,
did that
man.
15 times in 30 seconds. But
Hey, it is what it is.
whatever.
Everybody's got their.
Hey,
Yeah.
what did you do? What was like your quirky thing that you used to do?
Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, he was always up in the box. So
I know.
I was always in the box.
Well, you were in the box, but your wife, she had.
Listen.
Your wife had this one.
Every time my wife sat right in front of me in the box, down in the bleachers, and somebody would throw an 80-yard touchdown, and she would stand up, turn around, and go. I'm like, I didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
First of all, that's not what
I called that. I mean, that's funny.
Yeah.
But listen, the box. A lot of people like being on the field. A lot of people like being in the box. It's cool in the winter, just right, 70 degrees. In the summer, when it's 150 degrees, everybody's down there sweating. I got the air blowing on my back. I love the box.
Okay, so you, Brandon, you've been a part of, been like a file listener. You know what I mean? You've been doing that. What's something that like watching the podcast you've seen us do, like, and just like, do you think we like each other off camera, or do you like the banter that we give each other?
I love it all. It's just that's coaching. Like, you guys giving each other shit. It's just it takes me back to being in the like. Look at this fucking new guy. The FNG over here doesn't know what he's doing. It just. Oh,
the East-West game was the best one when we got you.
Oh, yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, you all set me up for that one. I felt real
He
bad.
said a comment about a kid, and it wasn't
bad.
It wasn't bad, but we played it up like, oh, my God, I can't believe you said that. And he was like, what did I say, man? What did I say? And he was freaked out. And
it was bad enough. It was bad enough I went and apologized to the kid. I said, hey, I don't know what I said, but.
We were just messing with it.
I was like, hey, trust me, you're a good player. I like you, but I may have said something a little questionable. Just wanted to get ahead of it. I didn't want you to hate me.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Oh,
Yeah, we had to haze him a little
We
bit.
did
You
the
know what I
rookie
mean?
hazing.
Hook, line, and sinker. They fucking reeled me right.
He said something, and we both went.
Right at each other,
They just
too.
went silent. Like,
And he
stopped
turned around and
talking.
looked at us like, oh, man, what did I say?
Because I went to North Bullitt. Bullitt East has been our district, so it's a Bullitt East kid, and I'm like, did I just say something really like messed up towards this kid? Like,
That's funny.
Because they just stopped talking, and I was like, hold up, it wasn't a shot, and they were like, oh.
I don't know. It's kind of questionable.
Hey, but we're just trying to bring you like coach's office vibes, man, because this is what it is, man. We're in the coach's office. We give it to each other, man. And Kyle, we had to, we had to give it a little dig to you, boy. That was good though. Hey, what else do you do? What else is you do that?
That right there. That right there. That's it, right there. I didn't know the answer till he just did it. That's it right there. He does this a lot.
I've also seen him adjust his headphones probably about 17 times. So
I do that a lot on the yeah.
You can always tell when he's pissed on the sideline because he goes.
I've never. Been,
him and Crow he'd be like facing Crow and they'd be screaming at each other like this, like
we're just giving you a therapy session at this point.
it is, yeah.
Hey, I love it. I love it.
Everybody does what they do.
What's your cork?
Mine was always like pull my pants, try to get myself adjusted, and then bend down. I'd be,
like a first base
punched
coach.
over. Oh yeah, every time. It was just my thing.
Okay.
We almost put that in as a signal, like when Meredith goes to adjust his pants. That's
Then you'd be doing it
twins
every
left.
other
I was
play.
gonna say,
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta do the nutsack fix. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm down there on the field. It's hot. It's sticky. Whatever. I don't know.
Hey, we were talking before the podcast. We were talking about you guys when you guys played on that Sunday. Oh, and it was hot out there, man. It was 2 years ago?
It was bad.
Yeah.
2 years ago that you guys played?
Yeah. It was your last year.
Yeah.
Holy smoke,
Was
that
bad.
was hot.
They we had a bad storm Friday night,
Yeah.
and they had to cancel it.
Yep.
And we were going to play Saturday, but neither coach wanted to play Saturday. Was it the Louisville Kentucky game the next day?
It was something.
Something was going on.
I think we had played a Saturday before.
That's what it was, and y'all
So
didn't
we
want to
were
play
like,
another
we don't want
Saturday.
to play another Saturday.
So we went home thinking that okay, we're not going to play this game. It's done.
We did the same thing.
And we were, I don't remember where we were, and the phone rang, and we were like, okay, we're playing Sunday. Sunday? What?
We were told after the game, it's like, oh, hey, we're not scheduling this again. We're done.
Yeah, because
We're
remember,
just
we
taking it.
stood on the track for what, 30 minutes?
Yeah, I was out there with
Me and
Hicks.
him and
I was
Dover
out
and
there with Hicks,
Abel and both,
everybody, yeah.
both athletic. Well, Abel was well, you were acting athletic director because I don't think yours was there, was he?
Yeah, I was the assistant athletic director.
So we stood there and kind of were like, let's play it Saturday. How about 12 o'clock? No, we can't do that. This is going on.
I think
what about
Troy,
5 o'clock? No, can't do that. This is going on. So we were like, well, screw it. We just won't play. We'll play 9 games this season. And we went home. And then phone rang 3 hours later. And we're like, well, we're playing Sunday.
That all happens. Like, we load the bus up, take everybody back. Like, all right, cool. We're not having a game, but we'll still go to Roosters tonight.
Yeah.
We went to Roosters, and then by the time Abel walked in, he's like, hey, by the way, y'all want to play Sunday? And we were like, what?
No.
Not really, but a game is a game, I guess, at that point.
Yeah. That was really weird.
That was weird.
I think every game got canceled in Jefferson County that night, right?
Yeah, because Central, they were like, I think it was Central St. X played that night, and it was like 2 inches of rain and just a storm. But at Fairdale, I guess it sits in kind of that little bowl, so we could see all the lightning
Well, you remember
strikes.
when we left, all hell broke loose right after we left. We were going to say, let's screw it, let's start. If we don't get any lightning, and we'd get to like 28 minutes, no lightning, and boom. Lightning. So you had to wait another 30 minutes.
Yep.
And we were like, screw this, man.
We probably stood there for an hour and a half.
Oh, it was long.
It was like, all right, well, if we can kick it off by 9:30, we'll play it. But if it goes any later than that, we're out.
Yeah, and then boom, lightning hit again, and we were like,
a couple episodes, man. We talked about like the effect that the game of, or the impact that the game of football has had on our life, man. You sent me a picture, man. You were a little dude. You know what I mean? Had that number 11. You had some questionable colors on. You had that blue, like a amazing gold color stuff on. Talk about what this game's meant to you and what this gave to you, man.
So people who know me, know I joke about it, but I'm from Wyandotte Park area, and anybody who knows that area knows it's probably not the best area of town. So all of my friends growing up in the neighborhood, and it's a cliche, but they're either dead or in prison or don't know where they are or whatever it may be.
do have the best basketball courts in the city.
They do now, absolutely they do.
Did Bryson do
Bryson Tiller, yeah.
Yeah.
So from a really young age, my mom wasn't just going to let me run the streets whenever I wanted. So I remember being put in baseball, and I absolutely hated it. And I'm young, young. And my grandmother made me go. And then come to find out, baseball was my best sport. So fell in love with baseball, and I'm still playing football and flag and so on and so forth. And it really has, man. It's given me the opportunity to do things, even if I, didn't go to the NFL or go overseas and play, whatever it may be. But it's given me opportunities to do things that definitely wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't play any sports. So.
Yeah, it's just that we looked at ourselves and was like, what's that inner meaning of what football gave to us? You know what I mean? It's gave you, it gave you some good friends, but like you said, you buried the sails and you had some great moments there.
Yeah. It's and Mark Sander was my head coach, and I vividly remember him saying as a player, and he would, every other day we would hear that football is the greatest sport in the world, and his rationale is that it's the only sport in the world that once you're done, you're done. You can't go back and pick up the helmet. You can always go.
Can't play rec league.
You can't play rec league. There's
football when you're 50 years old.
You can't do that. You can go play in a rec league at your church, or at the high school you used to go to, or whatever it may be. You can play in a men's softball league. You can go get in a tennis tournament, or whatever it may be. But you can never go back and put a helmet on and play in those circumstances ever again. And it's just really, really something special. High school football really is something special.
There you go. And with you at the, taking that next step and really, being at the collegiate level, you know what I mean? When you were first on, I'll actually link that first episode when you were on. I'll put that in here too as well. We talked about, same-minded kid. You know what I mean? How was it coaching from high school to college? You know what I mean? At the at that time you were like, it's not really that bad, or that different. But is it really that different?
It depends if we're talking DeSales or Doss.
DeSales and Bellarmine are like no change at all. It's the same kind of kids. It's the same.
It's only different because it's only different because kids who go to DeSales are from that community. We have kids from Tampa. We have kids from Land O'Lakes. We have kids from Jonesboro, Tennessee. So they don't really know the history of things in Louisville. So it's different as far as a little bit of pride stuff. It is. It's no secret. It'd be the same thing if a kid from Louisville went to USC. You don't know about the community. You don't know anything like that. So it is a little bit different. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think your time at Doss rounded you as a coach, but as a communicator with the different types of kids. Because let's be honest, at these sales you get spoiled because those kids will run their head through a wall. They're just happy to be there, most of them. A lot of them are legacy kids. This is what their family always did. They always went to these sales, and they don't want to let people down. These sales, way different than Doss, let's be honest.
Right.
Totally different kids. But I think that helps you with the Florida kids and with the Ohio kids that may come in. It's a different vibe from those kids. Their lives are different. They're in tougher situations, and
so I'll actually say this, and I think Brad can pitch in, but you said the DeSales kids would run their head through a wall. For me, it was the complete opposite. I had those Doss kids, man. Brandon Smith, Q, quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
It was I had so much fun. And it may be because I had more authority and more responsibility, but I absolutely loved my time at Doss. And if Coach Davis would have never asked me to come to Bellarmine, I don't know. I would have been there another year after that.
Is it fair to say the Doss kids, you were their way out? You were their way to get without football, without basketball, without baseball.
That's kind of what I was gonna.
They don't. I don't know what I'm trying to say is the difference between DeSales and
those
Doss.
kids aren't expected to do that.
Yeah.
So call a spade a spade. Doss kids would walk to practice and then catch a tarp home, and it's like 90% of DeSales kids never even rode a tarp. So it's
their parents dropped them
or Day-Day's aunts, cousins, roommates, dog's owner's brother, dropped them off and they had never met him. And
those kids were just lucky to get there.
Absolutely.
Well, and what it is, what Kyle gave them, because he was the year I was there the year before, and then I left. He came in, and then I came back that following year. But what I got from those kids is they loved the game because of his energy. His energy made them want to come work out. You know what I mean? When we were in workouts, dude, he had them flowing. We were boom, here, and there, and getting it done, and we were pounding some weight, But I wasn't there until I think April.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got there kind of late because I came back. But the kids, I think, really enjoyed playing for him because they had a voice too. Because, like I said, we had meetings after practice.
Yeah.
Our O-line, I was transparent with them. You know what I mean? I said, we have issues. Let's talk about it. And we brought him down. And it's because they wanted to know the game, like step by step. And that's what he brought to them. And that's why I think Troy really is excelling now. It's because he had him in his life at that time.
And I think Troy's a kid who I don't think it really mattered who coached him. He was going to leave and go somewhere. He needed to get out of Louisville, and he just like a lot of other kids, man, that you need to get out of Louisville and go experience other things. But I think that I definitely brought something to Doss that Troy definitely looked at someone that along with Crow is that all right, well, I can trust this guy no matter what. So even if we're unsure of what's going to happen with this play, I'm going to do it just because he told me to. And
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They actually learned the game from him, because you were O-line coach the year before, right before, and then I came in.
No, running backs.
Oh, you were still at the running back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
I was OC at Dawson both years, but I was running backs coach at DeSales, and I know so much about O-line because of Renardo Foster.
Right.
So whenever we coached at DeSales together, man, the writing was kind of on the wall. Maybe I had one more year, and then I did want to be an OC, and so I was picking up everything that Renardo was coaching and saying and doing in terms and this and acing the backside backer and tripling this and doubling that and whatever it may and fanning and whatever it may
hinging,
Yeah,
duo, just what I mean, all the different things that you could do.
Everything, man. And Renardo, he is one of a kind when it comes to knowing offensive line stuff. He took our first year at Bellarmine. We had 4 kids on the line who had never played line before. And multiple coaches at the end of the year were saying how improved our offensive line was. So he definitely, if I ever go anywhere else and coach high school football, whether he likes it or not, he's probably coming with me.
There you go.
So,
hey, Brandon, did you want to ask a question?
I picked something up on that. So I often had this thought as well, and something you said kind of sparked it. Some kids just need to get out of Louisville.
Absolutely.
But you're also in the city of Louisville. You know the schools. You try to recruit these schools, and you've said it earlier, you want to keep these kids here too.
Yeah.
So, how do you kind of balance that, the kind of get the character vibes or whatever, what, kind of the difference there? Like, some kids need to go, some kids need to stay.
Yeah.
How do you kind of pick that up?
So there's a young man on our team now. His name's Tyree Thomas. Played at Doss. And Tyree's a lot skinnier back then, but he's a typical kid just like that, man. It would have been better if for maybe his well-being, maybe if he went and left and went somewhere. But you're in a dorm, you're in the Highlands, you're around your teammates, you're around your coaches, you're around your professors. So it behooves kids, man. If you're from Louisville and you stay and you go to Bellarmine, don't go back to that. There's no reason for you to go back to that community or to that environment. I don't want to say community, but there's no reason to go back to that environment, man. Like people, unintelligently fall in love with that lifestyle, and to me, it's goofy. You literally have something special going on over here, but you want to go back and stay wherever it is that you think that you're staying is the best for you. So we really do harp on that. Live in a dorm, find out what it's like. You might mess around and love it. So. Yeah.
I've had that conversation with several people, my wife, any coach that I've kind of talked to, like, man, the best thing for this kid's to get out and just not come back to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, you get involved with the same people you've been with and get in trouble and do all the other stuff. But I love that. Stay on campus, make sure that you're not going and doing the silly stuff that.
Yes.
There's more people out in the streets that are trying to bring you down to them than there are building you up.
Absolutely.
They're always trying to bring you to their level. And that's the hardest thing to teach these kids. Look, get away from that. Yeah, he's your buddy, he's your cousin, but he's no good. You got to get away. See how the other half lives. That's probably a bad analogy, but you got to see how it is away from all that crap, because a lot of them will never come back because they see, look, these dudes were just bringing me down.
Big lesson I had to learn. You can't save them all.
No,
as much as we all want to as coaches, it just, some kids are just
I had one of my
never gonna get out
coaches
of their
the
own
other
way.
day texted me and said, "Did you see so-and-so got in trouble?" And I was like, "Yeah, I saw it." And he goes, "Man, I'm devastated." And I was like, "Coach, you can't save them all, man. You can try, but you can't. I mean, that's any level. I mean, how many NFL guys get in trouble and get kicked out and get locked up, and you just can't save them all. And that's part of getting away from that environment. And the Louisville kids they're different, because a lot of times they get sucked in because they're kind of weak-minded sometimes, and they get sucked into that extracurricular crap, and it's hard to get out of it. I always say, once the streets get you, they got you.
Yeah, and I will say, I mean, Tyree's mother did a great job. And I mean, Tyree is a kid that he could probably stay in that environment and never get in trouble. But that's just Tyree Thomas, man. He came from Doss. He goes to Bellarmine. He just like any other public school kid, when you go to a college like Bellarmine, he struggled first, and now he has like a 3.2. So
love it.
Yeah, man.
At first semester is a wake up call for a lot
of
kids.
It is. They figure out like, and I ain't got no clean underwear. I gotta wash my own stuff.
or the professor doesn't care if I show up or not.
I got to set an alarm and actually get up by myself.
Yeah.
Like,
that's numero uno.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We had a great at the GLFCA. I'll actually link that too. You know, we had one of Coach Meredith's former players come on, Landon Edwards, and he had a phenomenal take. I'll actually link that here. So yeah, go and listen to that. But he's like, yeah, that's a reality check, man, because he got football taken away from him.
He struggled. His first year was no joke, but he's a good kid. His mom is one of the, I still message her happy birthday. Like, she's good people. Like, he's going to be all right. He's going to figure it out. But yeah, it definitely shook him to his bones. Like, oh, mama's not here to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm not. It woke him up for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Where does he go?
He's at
K-State.
Kentucky State.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, man, hey, we're actually bringing the coach's office to you guys right now in this episode. It's been phenomenal. Hey, we had to give you a little bit, but it's good stuff, man. But listen, Super Bowl is upon us, man. All right, and we got to give a hot take, give your prediction. I know you like giving scores, so this is right up your alley, man. I know you like it, and I know you got it wrote down.
He said he wasn't giving scores anymore this year.
No, he's got to give in this
I
one.
don't have any wrote down.
What?
Oh.
Really?
First of all, everybody in this room knows that Kansas City is the league's baby.
Yeah.
Everybody wants Kansas City to win. It's very apparent if you watch them play, man. I mean, they're the modern Patriots.
No, well, yeah, okay, tuck rule stuff. Yeah, I agree.
They get every call.
But you got to play the game, man.
I agree.
You got to play the game.
It's hard to play 15 on 11. I mean, there's however many referees. I don't even know how many NFL's got now. 8, 6.
When
the referees come out in red and white striped shirts, we're in trouble.
I think I'm in the mix. Going into it, you're going, well, there's going to be some call that pisses everybody off, and it's going to be controversial, and it's going to help Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and all that. And then you watch Julian Edelman on his podcast. I don't know if you guys said it, but he basically was like, stop complaining, and you got to play football. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the refs do, man. You've got to grip your mouthpiece as hard as you can. You got to play football. You can't worry about what the refs are doing or what Aunt Betty's doing in the stands, man. You got to play football no matter what. If it doesn't happen, you're going to lose.
It's just weird that the referees were getting fitted for their Super Bowl rings already. Kansas City. But you want my hot take?
Yeah, I want your hot take.
My hot take is Kansas City's going to jump up ahead early, and they're going to be leading into the fourth quarter, and I think Philly's going to score late and win the game. I think it's going to be close. I think Philly can control with Saquon. I think they can control the game, and I think if Kansas City wants to stop them, they're going to have to load up and try to stop him and make somebody else beat them. I think that's a mistake. I think you have to stay balanced against Philly or they'll pick you apart. Saquon is going to get his. He's going to be around 200 yards.
Whoa, nuts on the table.
He's going to be around 200 yards. If Philly has any chance at all, he's going to have around 200 yards. Now, 150 to 200, not 250, somewhere in that range. He's going to have to for them to have a chance. I think Philly stays around. I think Kansas City jumps up 14 early. And I think Philly comes back. Kansas City, they're going to score the first drive. They always do. That first scripted drive, Andy Reid is a freaking genius. They're going to score on the first drive. Philly's going to stick around. They're going to catch up at halftime. They're going to go on, and I think Philly scores late and wins.
And I will give you mine. And
you want to score?
And give me your score.
You said you weren't doing scores this year, daggone it.
I said high school scores. This is the big game. We can't even say what game it is because we'll get dinged on YouTube.
Superb owl.
Yeah. I'm going to say 27-24, Philly.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I think it's completely flipped, though, Coach. I think
agree.
I think Philly gets up quick. I think they get up quick, and because I don't think they have the answer for Saquon early, right? So I think Saquon puts him on his back. I think that's who really is the key to this game. But then look at that Kansas City defense. You know, they played 5 of the top 10 quarterback or running backs and held them to less than 50 and less. So I don't know, man. I think they surprise them. I think it's shock and awe, right? I think they get up. Mahomes does Mahomes, and he gets them back in. But I don't think they can just overcome that little bit of the first quarter. But I think it's 31-28 Eagles.
Well, I'll say this. Philly jumps up early on them, and I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. I'm a 49ers fan, and quite frankly, I'm tired of losing to the Chiefs. And I learned, and I've gotten familiar, man. Steve Spagnuolo he's
a freaking genius.
He is awesome. I mean, he does stuff that has never been done before, maybe, and I think he does a great job of preparing for any offense that he's going to face. Now, if the Eagles jump up quickly and the game goes into it, and I'm sorry, but if the game is that close in the fourth, Patrick Mahomes is going to win. He's going to win. I've watched enough football to know that, man, when the game's on the line, winners are going to win.
So give your hot take.
Oh, I don't even know if I have a hot take. I think Saquon goes off.
Would it surprise you if Philly came out throwing the ball early? Just because everybody knows he's going to get the ball?
No, because Andy Reid, or not Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni, man, and people think he's a jerk and all that stuff, but he's still good. He's still a good football coach. He's a really good football coach. I mean, you go from the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, and then last year they not even make the playoffs last year?
I think they failed.
Yeah,
they kind of choked it away. They started like
8-0. You're right.
Yeah,
and the most
they were talking about firing him.
Yeah,
and now they're back in the Super Bowl, so he's obviously doing something right. I think
that acquisition in the offseason was pretty good.
Well, it is
blowing.
It
do
is,
you really think they're that good without Saquon?
Oh no, not even close. But I mean, I think their offense, like he wouldn't have done what he's done with the Giants.
Right. Yeah.
It's so their schemes and their offensive line and maybe their focal points and and whatever it may be that he teaches, the running back teaches, their O-line teaches, whatever. But I mean, their run scheme is bar none. It's really very, very good. So I think it's going to take the Eagles to get a big lead and do what they can and hang on.
What's the score?
Oh, geez.
And your winner.
My winner, God, I'll be honest.
You writing this down over there?
I don't care.
I don't either, but I hate both of them.
I don't care. The only thing that I'm worried about right now with the NFL is what they're going to sign Brock Purdy to. And is Christian McCaffrey going to be able to come back from his leg? Is Dre Greenlaw, they going to, what are we doing? 49ers, I don't care. I'm just,
Hey, you're
like
looking
me,
at a
dude.
hurt 49er fan
That's like
right
me.
here.
I got great news today. The Steelers are letting your boy walk.
Who?
Russell Wilson.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
See ya.
We're going to roll with Justin Fields.
Well, you're gonna pay Russell $40 to come back, or you're
that's
gonna pay
true.
Justin $9 to stay?
Yeah, my boy, he's going to get it.
And
He's gonna
probably
get
do
a
the
shot.
same job.
Probably. I mean,
Hell, he was
they were
4-1, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hey, this guy's scared to give a take.
Give us a score. Just
give
throw a score out there.
All right. My pride wants to go with Eagles, but my mind, I'm going to say 24-17 Chiefs.
Ooh.
Pretty good. That's why I started writing, because I knew he was going to throw it to me on this one. In my opinion, O-line, D-line matters. I think Philly has the advantage there a little bit. I do think that Philly is probably going to come out maybe 10, maybe 14 points. Jalen Carter busts through, causes a fumble, something like that. I think Philly starts ahead. Can they keep that going is the big question, because if you give Mahomes the ball down 7, down 4, down whatever in the fourth quarter, he's gonna find a way. So
And you can't touch him.
I think they're gonna stall for a little bit right there, kind of in that middle 8 or whatever, and Kansas City's gonna kind of bring it back closer.
I agree.
And then I think Kansas City's gonna have a last minute drive. Maybe
Complete
something
opposite.
maybe something crazy happens. I don't know, but I think 6 minutes on the clock, Kansas City gets the ball. They're down a 3, a 4, a 5, whatever. They're down. A touchdown wins them the game. I think 35-31 is what I wrote down, just kind of off a feeling. I didn't write it premeditatedly, just did it
So
right
you're taking
here.
the Eagles in the over.
No,
I'm taking Kansas
You're taking
City.
Kansas
take
City
Kansas
and the
City
over.
and the over.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
think the Eagles come out hot early, and then Kansas City kind of gets their legs underneath of them.
All right, well, I'm going to take a piss, and then we'll be right back. What's up? We are back. Hey, we just had to take a little break real quick.
Little intermission.
But that's it, man. Us boys being boys. Hey,
This may be the longest episode on record.
hashtag.
We're okay right now.
Yeah, hashtag what's in the cup, baby. Let's go. Okay. Now when we watch Super Bowl, you got to have food, man. You know what I mean? What's your go-to food and snack? Go, big boy.
I'm a chicken wing dude, man. I mean, it's hard to beat good chicken wings, but I've really turned on to the nacho bar thing. I've been to a couple places here recently, like, I don't want to say bar mitzvahs, but parties, and they have a nacho bar where you make your own nachos.
You've been to a bar mitzvah?
I've been to quinceañera?
Quinceañera?
And a bar mitzvah. And
Really?
I
I've
mean,
never been to a bar
I'm-
mitzvah. I've never been.
I'm a equal opportunity party guy.
Let's
man.
go.
But the nacho bar is really. But I chicken wing. It's hard to beat a good chicken wing.
I agree. And what's your snack?
Just depends, man. I mean, liquid snacks, but probably the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hashtag what's in the cup, baby.
I don't really do Super Bowl parties.
No.
Because if the Steelers aren't playing, I really don't give a shit, to be honest with you. I'm like him with the 49. I don't care. I just don't. I mean, and when the Steelers are playing, I've got to be by myself. I've got to have my brick I throw at the TV and my flag I throw. I mean, my terrible towel. And I just don't like Super Bowl parties.
There you go.
I mean,
Well, and I'll tell you, mine is wings. I got to have wings. You got to have it. What's your sauce, though?
I'm a California, what's it called? Carolina Gold guy. From,
okay.
From
Don't say that.
Roosters.
Shout
Hey,
out
don't.
Roosters.
Roosters.
Are you good? Oh,
Roosters.
yeah. I guess we
Roosters.
can. Hey, I guess we can
We
say
can say
it.
Roosters.
Yes.
But
Stay
Carolina
tuned.
Gold. I'm not a hot wing guy. Like I'm more like a medium.
Okay.
You like the dry rub, or you like the?
I like dry rub.
Do you?
I like the dry rub. The lemon pepper
Yeah,
from
lemon pepper's good.
down the road.
Can't
But-
say that place.
Yeah, no. I'm a huge wing guy. Plus, I gotta have pretzels. Pretzels, I don't understand.
It's the salt.
Plus, it's with the cold beverage that I'm having too as well. So I think that's what goes. And peanuts. I gotta have peanuts too. I don't know why.
I know
I don't know
I
why.
always knew you were a nut guy. But you know what I heard what the number one is going to be this year is a baked potato bar.
Interesting.
Huh.
Where you have a baked potato and they're talking brisket and
Oh,
You're talking about a legit.
I'm talking about a legit baked potato. They said they're selling that the baked potato is going to be the number one seller this year.
wow.
Wow, I never knew that. Wow, what's your go-to?
Super Bowl food. Obviously, like you guys said, it's got to be wings. I'm a big Buffalo guy, or Buffalo wings, not Buffalo Bills. Sorry. I love Buffalo. I love hot wings. So that's absolutely positively my favorite.
Yeah, I got to do the buffalo. I got to go high. I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't go extremely burn your mouth off. You know
Yeah,
what
I'm
I mean?
not going, anything, that it's you're gonna get it at some exotic place. But I'll do whatever the hottest one at Roosters is, the donkey, whatever it is.
Donkey.
I'll do that.
Donkey garlic's good.
Yeah, I'll do that. And then a side, you got to have probably baked beans, and some type of macaroni or potato salad.
Ooh.
Sausage in your beans?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sausage in the beans. What are you talking about? You put bacon.
Ground sausage, dude.
All of it, yeah.
And
What
bacon.
are you talking
and
about?
Bacon.
Hold on. What the hell?
You want me to
what
bring
the hell does your beans look like, dude?
They look like beans.
baked
man.
beans with sausage and bacon in them?
Sausage and bacon?
Ground sausage.
Sausage
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and beans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, once you grow up.
I'll smoke you a thing of it and bring it in. Cowboy baked beans.
Yeah.
Pork
Oh,
and beans,
oh.
baby.
Yeah.
Pork and beans.
Pork
No,
and beans.
man,
Yeah,
go
but I know bacon and you know
Sausage.
what I mean?
Sausage.
Sausage
I never
is
threw
also-
sausage in there.
Come on.
I've never done it. I swear to God. That's why I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Sausage and beans.
Try it. Have I ever steered you
Maybe
wrong
it's because
when it
it's
came to food?
maybe it's the cultural thing that we're going through right now. Because I have a lot of pinto beans, bro. I'm just gonna say homemade pinto beans.
What about the can of beans I gave you? I gave him a can of beans that looked like a freaking cooler, man. Still waiting on my beans, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna hook you up. We got to relax. We got to get the guy from Holy Cross over here.
I'm telling you right now, if his wife was single and I was single, I'd be all over her because these corned beef tacos she makes. Oh my God.
Okay, Coach Meredith. What do we have?
I'm going to throw a curveball at you all.
Uh-oh.
I love smoking a pork butt for Super Bowl Sunday. Love it.
Let's go.
6 hours, kind of get prepped for the game. I'm a Dallas fan, so unfortunately, you know,
Bummer.
we suck. So
Do you even remember their last Super Bowl?
I was 6, so not really.
That's a shame.
But I do pork butt, get out there on the smoker, kind of hang around. Of course, it's pre-kid, so it's probably a little different now. I can't just throw it on the grill and, you know, drink my beer pre-game and do whatever.
Hey, that's why you get an electric smoker. You set it, forget it.
I have one of those, but it's still, you kind of got to go out and check on it every now and again.
You gotta
it cuts
gotta
in.
brush it.
The whole point is getting out there and drinking some cold beers out on the
Yeah, those days are over.
Yeah, it's just it's tough to do right now. And I'm even going to throw another side at you all that you all didn't mention: pigs in a blanket. Gotta have them on Super Bowl.
Beanies and weenies.
Gotta have them on Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll tell you, if there was a tray of things and beanie weenie or pigs in a blanket was sitting there, I wouldn't touch one of them.
Why?
Just, I mean, out of everything that I'm
Is it a
gonna eat-
homophobic thing or is
No. Just, I mean, if there's macaroni salad, potato salad, hamburgers, hot dogs.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
That's true. I
Not
mean,
gonna-
there's
I'm not
other
gonna-
things
yeah.
more important.
Like, I mean, you could
Yeah.
say chips and salsa, but I feel like
yeah.
you know, Super Bowl.
Oh,
I'm,
good potato salad.
Yeah,
is just,
I'm gonna
yeah,
throw a little
that's-
bit of everything on my plate for sure. But
For me, I don't want to waste getting full on a pigs in a blanket. That's just
Damn, pigs in
You
a
don't
blanket
want-
taking
yeah,
shots.
You don't want to waste your stomach space.
Yeah,
on
exactly,
Pigs in
yeah.
a blanket.
Pigs in
Yeah.
a blanket taking a stray.
I always said,
Jesus.
I got this from my dad. I wouldn't eat anything that wouldn't eat me first. But I've had shark before, so that's out the window. So
Really?
yeah, I'll
What-
eat anything. But like, I'm like him. Don't waste your stomach space. That's like going to a steakhouse with the big 96er and getting a salad bar before you go. No, don't waste. Your
No,
stomach space.
no,
having
never.
or having having waffles before you leave. Like, no, I'm not gonna waste any time.
Yeah, we go to Brazzerios. Brazzerios. You ever been to Brazzerios?
Never been.
It's all you can eat, man. And they're always like, "We got this salad bar." I was like, "No, I don't care nothing about that salad bar. I want some meat, dude. Bring me the meat.
Bring me the meat.
Easy, no diddy."
Damn, he said. What a phenomenal episode. Hashtag what's in the cup. Hey, Super Bowl talk. Hey, we catching up with our guy, man, for Bellarmine University, Kyle Perry, the offensive coordinator. Man, good time. Go ahead.
I got something for you and Brandon.
Okay, go ahead.
Brandon.
Okay.
no, I was just reminding you all I had one more question for
Go
Coach.
ahead. I got a little Super Bowl trivia I want to throw at you too.
All right. Your game day routine. So we followed each other on Twitter for many
I
years
know
now.
what you're gonna say.
So I always see.
All righty,
Don't bother me. It's game day.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
It's game day.
it's game day. Don't talk to me. Yeah.
So, you don't got to dive into that. Obviously, you don't want to get bothered. But what is your game day routine on this level now? Like, kind of what gets you in the zone? What do you do?
So my game day mentality is, and I like to think of myself as I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. So I'm in that mindset for the whole season. And my guys know that, hey, like ha. But hey, man, practice comes. It's time. This shit's over with. This is a business. As far as game day, if my headphones are in, don't talk. Don't tap me. If you're choking on something, get somebody else to give you the Heimlich. Don't bother me. I'm not necessarily thinking about one particular thing. I mean, I'm a type of guy that, man, I could be thinking about Boy Meets World. You know what I mean? Like, I could be,
Topanga was pretty hot.
Shout out to Topanga.
yeah,
He was pretty hot.
I could be thinking about, what I'm doing whenever. And that's only because through the week I know that I know that I'm prepared and my kids are going to get my best. So I don't have to do anything extra on game day to come even more prepared or anything like that. Now, as far as halftime adjustments, that's different, but that's a whole nother ball game that we could get into. But yeah, the tweet, it's game day, don't talk to me. Man, that just started, I believe, when I was at DeSales.
You've been doing it forever.
Yeah, and I've been doing it forever. And I don't remember the rhyme or reason I do it, but for as long as I coach on game day, whatever day that is, Friday or Saturday, or Sunday, Kyle Shanahan. But I always will. I don't remember the rhyme or reason, but I do it.
I want to ask you, I want to piggyback off that. I remember at D-Sales, there was no talking. Harold was.
Right.
Do you remember this?
Absolutely.
We were in the office, and Louisville was playing somebody in basketball. It was a huge game, and we were watching it, and we were kind of getting carried away, and Harold comes in.
Yeah.
And he turns the TV off. He's like, what the fuck y'all doing? And we were like, but it was like a huge game. I don't remember. Do you remember that? It was a huge Louisville game.
I don't remember that, but
it had to have been like September, so it wouldn't have been the Louisville Kentucky game. But it was a huge game for Louisville, and we were watching it. I mean, we weren't hooting and hollering, but we were watching it. And Harold came in and
might have been like Florida State or
turned
somebody.
off the TV and was like,
when we were at DeSales, man, I'm telling you right now, and anybody who's experienced this, either playing for him or coaching with him, if it is when it was game day at DeSales, you didn't make a peep.
Yeah.
When that bell rung out of your last period at DeSales, man, you did not say a. You had something to say, man. You write it down and show somebody.
even on the bus.
Yeah.
And Harold didn't have to say anything. If somebody was talking in the back, he would stand up and he would turn around, wouldn't say a word, and there it'd be a. Nobody say a word.
And to me, because we did that when I was a player at DeSales.
Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily sure. I'm sure they do it at a lot of other places, but at DeSales, man, like when it was game day, like us players, because we were senior heavy when I was a senior, but we didn't say a word. And then when I got to DOS,
it was like a dance party.
First game day, I'm worried about what I'm doing, and I hear music.
Yeah.
And I mean, I lost my mind. I go in there, dude. What are you people dancing? And I'm like, oh no. So that was cut very, very quickly. Then we get on the bus, and it's and so that was cut very quickly. We ended up having quiet time, and I think that's what Coach refers to. But those kids respected me for it. They understood that, and kids nowadays stand on business. But hey, man, I didn't care. Game day, we got to focus. You guys are, some of you all are mental midgets, anyways. So we've got to get through this.
Do you remember on the way to Cal when our bus broke down?
I was on the other bus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was already there.
We
Cal.
pulled off in Yorktown neighborhood.
He was at Cal.
You know what's crazy?
We pulled off in Yorktown neighborhood. One of the buses broke down.
You know what's crazy? So that would have been the defensive bus.
It was.
All right. Play Calumet. Last game of the year. Defensive bus broke down again. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's you defensive guys. Don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's probably is.
Me, Ty, and Harold were standing there, and we're like, what do we do? We were in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they were halfway there already. I think didn't y'all turn around and we took all the starters, put them on the,
I don't remember.
I think we put all the starters.
Yeah, we did.
All the starters got on the bus, and people who weren't playing or whatever stayed with the other bus.
Yeah.
I mean, when we started that game, there were like 25 kids there, and then the other rest of the kids came.
That's the gut check right there. Like, hey, by the way,
pal, you're staying behind.
You don't play, so
Yeah.
But no, I asked that question. You know, obviously you work out, and that, you know, that's kind of your thing, strength and conditioning coach. So I didn't know if you like kind of, you know, don't talk to me. I'm going to get in the squat rack real quick.
Nah, man. It's a game days. I prefer it to be quiet. Now that we're at the college level, it's a little bit different. It's not what I would want, but you know, hey, different strokes for different folks.
Has Harold eased up on that a little since got up to the next level?
The bus ride has not changed. So, but that's also something that the first game that we did it, that was the expectation, and the kids get it. Like we understand it. Now, you know, different things make different kids move, and you know, it fires them up. So, you know, if we got to blast the radio with, you know, Young Dolph, you know, 45 minutes before the game, so be it, whatever. And you know, it's good, but at the same time, I mean, I separate myself. So when we get to St. X or wherever it is that we're going, I separate myself from everybody, and I probably lay down on whatever floor is there and use my shoe as a pillow and lay there with my eyes closed and probably listen to something soft. I mean, I do. So whenever it gets closer to game time, I'll put on something.
So what do you mean soft? Give us an example of what you're going to put on.
Something that calms you down.
Oh, man. Okay, so I am a huge, if you don't know this about me, which not a lot of people do, but I am a huge 90s, not grunge, but like 90s, like melancholy alternative music fan. Absolutely.
You talking like Pearl Jam? Or?
Love it.
Some Blind Melon, maybe?
Yeah, Blind Melon.
Oh, yeah.
I love Sean Mullins.
Whoa.
You guys know who that is. I like him. Goo Goo Dolls, Blues Brothers, you know, things like that.
Speaking my language.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go.
Man.
Yeah,
I always
so-
wanted to be calm.
And it is such a running joke, but I mean, dude, you're crazy if you don't enjoy Creed.
Creed, I
swear-
love
I
Creed.
swear,
Let's
man.
go, baby.
Yeah,
I think Creed's underrated.
Very underrated,
it's
dude.
It's a laughing joke now. Like they get made fun of, but man, when you have a long drive by yourself,
Hold me now.
boy,
Oh, come on, baby. See, you got to finish it.
They don't catch it as bad as Nickelback, but they
Right.
do catch the strays.
Right, they do.
And
Hey.
both of them kind of have some
They-
bangers tucked away. Like
both of them slap,
I'll,
man.
I'll still
tell you
rock
right
out to
now,
both
yes.
of them.
Yes,
Look at this. Hey, boys being boys, coaches being coaches. This is the coach's office. We're bringing it to you, man. This is
What
been
was
a phenomenal
Toebridge's?
episode.
What was Toebridge's go-to song?
Party
it was like Miley Cyrus.
in USA.
really.
He said
Yeah,
that fired
it's
him up more
Toebridge.
than any song.
And hell, George with Phil Collins.
Well,
Yeah.
that's,
Let me look and see.
in the air tonight's
Yeah.
but Party in the USA
Nostalgic.
by Miley Cyrus from a big
6'5" guy.
whatever toe is. I mean, come on.
You never know what kind of hit somebody, I guess. I don't know.
so that isn't a thing. I forgot, but like I love Whitney Houston. So
Ooh.
Whitney Houston's big.
What like a ballad, like her singing like the national anthem shit, or what?
Like probably 8 to 10 of her songs that I enjoy.
Really?
Favorite Whitney song?
Oh man. Probably
I Will Always Love You's got to be.
How Will I Know?
How will I know?
Oh,
That's a
I like
banger.
that. I like
banger.
that.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
banger.
I love.
See, I like the Chicks.
Whoa,
I like
whoa,
listening-
whoa.
Not only do I like Chicks, I like the Chicks, the country.
Oh,
band.
Dixie Chicks.
Dixie Chicks.
No,
yeah.
no. They're not Dixie Chicks anymore.
Oh, the Chicks.
They're the
Sorry,
Chicks.
sorry. Okay, yeah.
They're the Chicks. I like the Chicks.
Okay,
I do.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Look, we're getting to know you even more. The Chicks.
I'm from
used to-
Bullitt County. You're speaking my language right there.
Yeah.
I like the
Whoa.
Chicks. I think the Chicks are totally underrated. I think they're one of the greatest country bands of all time.
They're
Cowboy-
good. I used to date a girl who, she actually sings in a band now, but anytime we would go somewhere and they would have any karaoke, I'd go. I didn't even have to know the person. I'd go, but she sings Dixie Chicks.
Cowboy.
It's not the
Wow,
Dixie
man.
Chicks. It's not the Dixie.
Oh, bet
Not
she
anymore.
But I mean, she's
We
good.
grew up. They were the damn Dixie Chicks.
They may
You
be
can
the
say it.
Dixie Chicks now, the way things are going in the world.
You may see a research.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what is it? Boom! Hey, we got it. We got a dad joke. Let's go. Hey, give us a dad joke before we leave.
Oh, I can't.
Come on, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Hurry up.
You can't put him on the spot.
I got so many going through my head.
Oh man, he sends me.
I got one.
Go ahead.
All right. So a grasshopper walks into a bar.
Oh shit.
All right. Grasshopper walks into the bar and he walks up to the bar and bartender turns and looks at him and he goes, "Hey, we have a drink named after you." Grasshopper goes, "You have a drink named Steve?"
Boom, boom.
That's funny.
That's
That's
a deep
pretty good.
thinking joke there.
That is, because I'm going to be thinking about that when this damn podcast is over. And he's going to have to explain it to me. All right, like we always say, everyone has a story.
We're here for them to tell it.
Cleats to Whistle podcast.
Holy shit.